Also, if you want me to talk anything specific related to medical device sales, then you can also post in the question in the comments, because this is an open house and I don't have any presentation or anything specific. I'll be only answering a lot of questions which you guys will be having with regards to medical device. Yeah, a lot of positives about device industries, Vatsal, you are asking, and you have seen a lot of videos. I'm happy that you know a lot of positive. It's a great question that you would like to understand some of the negatives as well. Frankly speaking, I only see positives, a lot of positives which are there. The only negative I would say is only for people who do not want to work. So, but if you're willing to put in your best foot forward every day, then there is nothing negative in this industry. This industry is very rewarding, very challenging. You will enjoy a lot. Hi Anuj, uh, what about vacancy in medical devices? Their preference. Yes, medical device companies prefer people from medical device background. That is their first preference. That is the same in case of any other industry. But yes, medical device industry is much more accommodating than any other industry. So we take people from engineering background, even people from pharma or any other industry. Also, we are taking people from any other industry as well. But yes, primarily people who are working in healthcare domain, maybe pharma or medical devices, they are the people who are preferred in medical device industry. And people who have some prior year experience, or people who are from premier B schools, they get uh, in this industry very easily. I see some more people joining in. Please introduce yourself in the comments and ask if you have any question with regards to medical device sales, because today's topic is medical device sales only. And we will be having these sessions every Sunday, 5 p.m. in the evening, India time. You're welcome, Anuj. Though I started a bit early, and I'm very happy to see you all turning up so quickly. That shows a lot of excitement you have. Hi, Sojo. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Yeah, Vatsal is asking about Indian medical device companies culture and difference between Indian and MNC culture. So, Vatsal, to answer your question, the difference is the same in any Indian or multinational device company. The What I feel about culture is kind of encouraging of environment for its employees. So if the environment is encouraging, it's not only about company, Indian or multinational, it is about the people who are working there. So I see very good culture in some of the Indian companies also. But yes, if you talk about especially if you would like to know the difference between Indian and multinational culture, yes, in multinational culture is like giving a holistic environment for any employee to grow in his or her career or profession or in his job. So they give you a lot of supportive environment, as well as there are a lot of learning opportunities which are there. Whereas some of the Indian companies, I would not say all, but yes, some of the Indian companies are only focused on getting the job done through any means, be it ethical or unethical. But yes, there are few other companies, Indian companies also, who are providing very good culture and supporting environment to their employees. So it's not about Indian versus multinational. It's about the people who are working there, the kind of products they are selling, the kind of value system or mission of a particular company. So the culture depends on all these aspects, and not only if it is Indian or a multinational. I hope you get the answer. Hi Murli, Murli from GSK. Good evening. Hi, Mohit. Thank you so much. I'm also equally excited to host you. So please keep posting, guys. If you have any question, any comments with regards to medical device sales industry, this is the best opportunity which you can utilize for next half an hour. And now it's 5 o'clock, so I officially welcome you all once again to this Q&A session. This is the first session in which I am going live, and you will be able to see me live every Sunday at 5 o'clock on this same place in this channel, The Bright Orbit. And you can we will be talking a lot about medical device industry, also pharmaceutical industry, a lot about how you can accelerate your career growth through personal transformation and image enhancement, and also a lot about a step by step approach, because I see a lot of people uh, are interested to get into medical device sales or get ahead in their career. So I'll be sharing a step by step approach for you people who are interested to get into medical device sales job. I will also be helping you with the step by step approach. And if you would like to get ahead in your career, especially in terms of managing your time, building your influence both in your company and outside, and also if you want to master the game of elite performance, I will be sharing those tips with my experience which I have learned so far in my career, and I'll be happy to share with all of you. So there'll be every session will be covering a different topic with regards to pharmaceutical or medical device sales, and also with regards to how you can accelerate your career growth and move into a exponential career trajectory. So welcome all of you once again. If you have any question, because this is an open house, you can ask me anything with regards to medical device sales. So today's topic is medical device sales. You must have seen a lot of videos from me. They says about a lot about medical device sales. I recently posted a video on 10 tips, 10 reasons to join medical device industry. Obviously there are a lot of benefits which this industry provides. So if you have any question, you can ask me. Murli is asking, covering area would be very long in this industry. Yes, in some cases, in some companies, and depend on the kind of products which you are selling and the kind of revenue you are generating for the company. So it depends, varies from division to division, companies to companies, and also location to location. So yes, but if you compare in general to a pharma industry, I'm not sure if you're comparing that. If you are comparing that, yes, a working area is usually larger than a pharma industry. But yes, again, it depends on the kind of company and division which you are working, and what kind of revenue you are generating. If you talk about the productivity, also productivity is usually 10 to 20 times higher per man productivity in medical device. So that is why if you can get the same kind of productivity, that 10 times of productivity in a smaller area, if your company's products are too much in demand, or they are like fast moving products, then you can get that kind of productivity in a smaller area also. But generally speaking, yes, if you compare with pharma, yes, there is a larger geography to cover, but you will be having a fewer customers to meet. That is for sure, because your one customer is like worth of crores every year. So your number of customer will be less, but working territory can be larger. That's a great question, Murli. What do you feel, guys? What do you feel about medical device industry? You can also share your comments if you have any fears, because I know a lot of people wants to get into this industry, but they have some fear of this industry. So if you have any fear, any comment, whatever you have heard from your friends, colleagues, seniors, anyone, you can mention, and I'll be happy to take your comments or questions. Yeah, hi Anirban. Good to see you here. Anirban is asking, what are the key differences in the job requirement medical device domain as compared to pharmaceutical domain? Yes, as you all know, between pharma and the medical device, the customer remains the same. The primary customers are the doctors itself, and the doctors are same between pharma and medical devices. But yes, if you talk about the requirement or the key differences, yes, medical devices, there are a lot of other stakeholders which are also involved. So if you compare with the regards to stakeholders only, then in pharma your primary stakeholders are the doctors, and then you meet some of the pharmacists or retail guys, or in hospital pharmacies, and the pharmacist or the chemist are your second stakeholders. And in some cases you get to meet some of the purchase managers of also of the hospitals. But this is limited to 2-3 stakeholders mostly in pharma companies. But yes, if you talk about stakeholders in medical device industry, stakeholders are not only doctors. Yes, doctors are there, and then apart from doctors, there are other paramedics like doctors, nurses, technical staff from OT or other cath labs or any other department. There are biomedical engineering department also in the hospital, because if you are dealing with capital equipment or medical equipment or other medical devices, then biomedical engineering is also another department which comes into play. So you need to meet those biomedical engineers as well in the hospital. Apart from that, you also have a lot of interaction with the store managers, purchase guys, and also most often than not, you also have to have regular meetings with the CEOs or the owner or the board members of the hospitals, especially the bigger hospitals and even smaller owner driven hospitals also, because you need to have continuously negotiations with these guys. So obviously purchase manager, CEOs, and also comes into picture. Apart from this, some of the accounts, like if you have a government account, then tender team and all those ministries also come into play. So yes, if we talk about the stakeholders, yes, there are a lot of stakeholders which are involved as compared to pharma. So the number of stakeholders which one has to manage are higher as compared to pharma in medical devices. Okay. And apart from this, yes, one has to work really hard, probably some of the times longer working hours, which are part of the lives of people who are working in sales in medical devices, because you can get calls maybe on weekends or on odd hours, early morning, late nights also. But so you have to serve the patient. If the patient is on the table and need a procedure, and if doctor is calling you for assistant, obviously you need to be there. Apart from the regular office calls or an OPD calls, you also need to get in the operation theaters or cath labs or various other departments where procedures are happening. So you need to support these procedures as well. So that is a key requirement for people who are working in medical device or equipment sales, which is not there in pharma. Hi Abhishek, good evening, good to see you. Abhishek is asking, what are the skill sets required for working in sales in the medical device domain? So as if you are talking about sales domain, Abhishek, obviously one has to be a good salesman. That is the first most primary importance for any sales job, and it is true for medical device sales domain as well. And apart from medical device, apart from this sales selling skills, one also needs to be very hardworking, smart working, and also needs to understand this business, because there are a lot of other factors. The industry is so dynamic that there are so many levers which one has to understand, which is kind of contributing to the business. So yes, one has to be have a very strong business acumen along with the selling skills, and also very important is knowledge. So in medical device industry, you cannot survive if you don't have a good product or procedure knowledge, because you, a day in day out, you need to go and support the procedure, train the physicians and other healthcare professionals. So yes, you need to have a sound understanding of the product and procedures for you to be successful in the medical device industry. Hi Ashish. Ashish is saying he is from Delhi. He is in final year MBA pharmaceutical management student, and he wanted to know what would be better in order to start your career. Yes, in order to what I see is that you are a MBA from a and you're doing MBA in pharmaceutical management. Yes, you can start in any of these industries. It's not that one industry is better than other. You can. It's about your choice. You can choose any of these two. If you are in sales, yes, medical device industry is much more challenging, and you will get to explore a lot of things, a lot of areas, and there is a professional growth which anyone of us wants in our lives. So then medical device industry is much more rewarding in terms of your growth, and you can learn a lot in this industry. Obviously, people like me who have worked in both in pharma, I started my career in pharma, and then I moved into medical device and equipment industry. So yes, both the industries are good. Healthcare itself is a flourishing industry in India and across the world. This is one industry where we don't see much of recession happening. Even in COVID times, even if we are working from homes, yes, these industry, even pharma or medical device industry, they both these industries are good, and they are more like complementing each other. So it is up to you. It is an individual's choice where he would like to get in. Both the industries are good, I would say. Yeah, Ashish is asking, should we start our career from a pharma company as a fresher and then jump into device? Yes, you can start your career from pharma, and then obviously, if you are in sales, then obviously you can get into devices. If you are in marketing, also, then obviously, so you can move from pharma to devices. That's not a problem, because a lot of people who are working in medical device sales, they come from pharma background, and a lot of biomedical engineers or other, especially people who have done B pharmacy, M pharmacy, or MBA in pharmaceutical management, they join pharma first and then come into devices. But yes, nowadays we have started taking in people from premier MBA school, especially in pharmaceutical management, directly into medical devices as a trainee, or as a sales trainee, or a management trainee. So yes, the choice is yours. You can either get into a pharma company first and then get into medical device, or you can straight away get into the medical device industry. It's not anything that industry is not taking these kind of candidates. So it is an individual's choice. Pushkar, thank you so much. Ashish, or we can start. Yeah, the same. I have already answered your question. Yeah, Ritesh, is any company planning to launch its business in medical device industry? There are a lot of companies, Ritesh, which are coming to India, and India is a potential market. And especially if you talk about big companies, especially IT companies like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, all these companies are getting their hands wet in the medical device industry, and you will see a lot of products, a lot of interest these companies are taking, especially in the field of AI and medical technologies. So even medical device companies are partnering with these big giants of internet service provider or IT companies, or various other stuff. So yes, there are a lot of partnerships happening, and they are developing some of their products on their own, and a lot of other companies are also trying to get in this industry, because this industry is booming. Healthcare, anyway, is a booming industry, and it is going to be there as long as the human species is there on this planet. You're welcome, Ashish. Abhishek, another question from Abhishek. What is the work profile in medical device under the current COVID scenario? And how does working from home help in guiding procedures to surgeons or doctors? So, Abhishek, to answer your question, yes, most of us are working from home only, but supporting the procedures to surgeons or doctors is very difficult. Our people, me and my team, and people who are working in medical device industry, whenever they are being called for any procedure, we are going ahead and supporting those cases and procedures. So it's not that we are entirely working from home. It's just that we are not going and meeting the customer for regular business chats. But yes, if there is a procedure, if there is a patient lying on the table who needs an emergency procedure, or a doctor is asking for the assistant from a medical device or a medical equipment sales personnel, then yes, we are not hesitating to go ahead and support that procedure, because ultimately we are in the business of saving lives, and saving lives is the most important for anybody who is working in healthcare industry, and especially medical devices. So yes, we are working from home. We are going there and supporting the procedures as well. We are also trying in some cases. We are also trying to support the procedures through these video conferencing. So we do that as well. If any procedure is not very critical, wherein we need to be there in the operation theater, yes, we do that as well through WhatsApp or through Zoom calls or through any other platform. We are supporting the cases from our home also. So it's a combination of both these. Whatever approach is suitable for that particular patient or that particular doctor or in a hospital, it depends on the kind of case or what is our requirement. Yes, we do that. If something is very critical, we are going there and supporting these cases, and we are also managing through these online platforms as well. That's a great question, Abhishek. I hope you are getting your answers to your questions. If you have any follow-up questions, also you can put that in the chat box. I'm not sure because I can't hear you guys, so I don't know if my answers are making sense to you or not. If not, then also you can ask or you can put it in the comment box. Hi, Dharmendra. Dharmendra is asking which are leading companies. So yes, leading companies. There are a lot of companies which are in medical device segment. So you need to understand which segment you are talking about. Even in medical devices, we have various segments, like one is medical device, second is surgical device, third is medical equipment, fourth is capital equipment, some of the big equipments, and even we have uh, these devices and equipment in diagnostic segments also. So you need to segment these various companies into different segments, and there are many companies which are leader in their own segment, and even if you can talk about various specialties. Like there are certain companies which are leader in cardiology, other companies are leader in orthopedics, maybe some neurology companies. So these companies varies with regards to their specialty and their segment also. So you need to find out, but yes, in general, I'm not sure which specialty you are talking about, but there are a lot of companies, especially in medical devices, companies like Boston Scientific, Medtronic, Abbott, J&J, Stryker. All these companies are good. And in medical equipment or big capital equipment companies like Philips, Siemens, GE, these companies are world renowned companies. So yes, but there are other lot of companies which are good. It's not about leading, it's about companies where you can find what you want in your career. So it's about the kind of environment which you look forward. It's about companies which are matching, companies mission and vision is matching to your value system, and what you are looking forward in your career. Which company is able to give you that? It is all about that. It is not about leading or laggard. Yes, there are a lot of companies, good companies to work for in medical device industry, and you can research more about these companies on Google or other website like Fortune, Forbes, or Glassdoor. So wherein you can find out various ratings of these companies, about their CEOs, and so on and so forth. And just get more deeper into this subject, and you will be able to identify the companies for yourself. Abhishek is asking how long do trainings ideally take at medical device companies, as it involves helping doctors in surgeries, that is saving lives, so a mistake cannot be made. Yes, absolutely right. Training is an essential part in medical device industry, because yes, you cannot make a mistake in the operation theater, because it's all about lives of that particular patient. And if you make a mistake, yes, doctor will throw you out. So it's about learning is an ongoing process. Yes, we have in-house training. Every company have like 1 to 3 weeks of trainings which is there in pharma. But yes, here the training is like even if somebody is getting into my company, so we have like initial 3 months, people are spending most of their times in the operation theater or the lab where these procedures are happening. So they get on the job training as well. So before they start talking about their product, they have to learn the procedure and the product within the operation theater or the labs where these procedures are happening. So yes, it is more of on-the-job training. Initial 3 to 6 months, one takes to understand deep about various medical devices, equipments, and how these are being operated, and also the troubleshooting part of some of these equipment. Also, one needs to know if you're a salesman. So initial, apart from classroom training of about couple of weeks, then you have operation theater or these operating room, emergency rooms where you get to train, and there are also some of the simulations which you can do in various labs. So this is the kind of training requirement. But yes, you learn as you spend more time in the labs or procedure rooms, then you get to learn more about this. So there are people who can help you, even doctors help you learn about these procedures, so they are willing to teach you as well. Nirbhay is asking, what is major barrier to switch into device industry from pharma? So there is no such barrier. The barrier is in your head only. People who are serious, people who are willing to do whatever it takes to get into medical devices. It's just that you need to be serious. You need to be having that. You need to be talking that kind of language, which a medical device, which is expected out of a medical device sales rep. So if you know what is there in medical devices, it is very easy. There is no such barrier that you need a certain years of experience or you need this qualification. There is nothing as of this sort. If you are a good salesperson, if you know about the healthcare industry, even if you are coming from pharma, that is a plus for you. So if you are willing to work hard, if you know how to work in this industry, yes, there is no such barrier, according to me. But if you have felt any barrier, you can share it in the comments. Mohit Mittal, after spending and gaining knowledge that how medical device industry works, what are the chances that one can start his own distribution network in medical device or equipment? Yes, that's a great question, Mohit. Yes, if you spend a good amount of time and learn, get the knowledge of this industry, there are a good number of people. I see a lot of my friends or colleagues in other companies, or even in my company, they have started on their own. So yes, a lot of people start on their own, especially in distributor, becoming taking a distribution of a company or becoming an importer, and starting on their own is one of the most common thing which we see in this industry. So if you want to do that, yes, you can do that, because here in medical device industry, you will be having a lot of a close relationship with your customer. So if you have a close relationship, because in business, if you want to start on your own, relationship, your finance, and third is business acumen. These are the three important things which you require to start any business. So relationship is also very important piece. And obviously, with if you spend good amount of time in this industry and learn all the finer aspects of this industry, you can start on your own, and you will be having those kind of relationship. The only thing is, you need to have that finance to support your business. So if you have a strong business acumen, relationship, and finance, yes, you can start your business any day. Dramendra is asking, according to you, which sector should try and how to get selected? It depends. So where you feel your skill set and experience is most relevant, try in that sector first. For example, if you are from cardiology, try getting into cardiology companies. That will be easier for you. It's not that you can't move from cardiology to medical devices. Yes, you can do that as well, but it will be easier for you if you are moving in a same segment, or if you know how that industry is being operated. And it is not but yes, if you are coming from pharma, then medical device or surgical device will be an easier option for you. Even diagnostics will be an easier option for you than capital equipment. So big capital equipment companies like Philips, GE, and if you are a pharma graduate or have experience in pharma, then it will be difficult for you to move into big capital equipment companies. But yes, you can easily get into medical device companies. I hope that answers your questions. Ritesh is asking, majority of the companies are looking for people who have experience in the same domain. What are the chances of getting into this industry from pharma? Yes, Ritesh, as I said, yes, people in medical device look for people who are already working in medical device. That is the concept of transferable skills. So if you know this industry, if you have already worked in this industry, yes, there are high chances. But medical device industry, as I said, is in an expansion mode, especially in India. So we don't get those kind of qualified candidates from to poach from other companies. So we are dependent on pharma and medical device industry. If you see, if you meet most of the people, around 60 to 70% of the people have some point in time have worked in pharma. So yes, still about two-thirds of people are coming from pharma only. You're welcome, Mohit. Abhishek is asking, how do you see the future of a sales rep in medical device company compared to a pharma MNC in terms of growth, money, work-life balance? So again, I would say yes. In terms of all these things which you have mentioned about growth, money, work-life balance, yes, there is a huge growth. But again, it depends on an individual more than an industry. But if you are willing to put hard work, if you know how this, if you get the understanding of this industry and you are willing to experiment, you are willing to accept those challenges which the industry is throwing at you, yes, you have a lot of opportunities to grow in your career. In terms of money, I have already shared in my earlier video of top 10 reasons to get into medical device sales, is that you get easily 3 to 5 times the earning opportunities are 3 to 5 times more as compared to a pharmaceutical sales job. And work life balance, yes, that is one area where most of the medical device sales reps are struggling, because there is no fixed working hours. But yes, in terms of usual working schedule, is like most of the companies are having 5 days work, Monday to Friday, and on weekends we get some off. So 2 days we get to spend our time with our families and do what we want to do. But yes, in some cases, whenever there is an urgent procedure or emergency procedure, if we get a call from a doctor to support this procedure, yes, we have to go there. So that is a little bit challenging, I would say. But yes, if you set the expectation right, you can manage your customers and you can manage your work life balance. You can manage your work and your personal life as well. It depends on an individual how is he is setting the priority for himself. But yes, you can do that as well. But if you compare with pharma, yes, you need to put more number of working hours in a week as compared to pharma. Anirban, are all medical device organization operate similarly, or like pharma? Way of business operation is vastly different in Indian and multinational device company. Yes, way of operation is different. It's like an approach is different, or the way of doing the business is different between Indian or multinational company, but the end result is the same. It is about helping patient, helping the doctors, and ultimately getting the business. But yes, there is similarity. Maybe the way of doing business is little bit different. You're welcome, Ritesh. Next is Nirbhaya is saying, I am BSc plus MBA with 5 years of experience with top multinational companies like MSD, Abbott, and Boehringer in diabetic segment. What thing I need to build to get into device? Nirbhaya, you already have a good experience under your belt, and I believe you have learned in all these companies. You have learned the tips and trade tricks of this business. If you know how you have to do the pharma business, you don't have to get anything else. You just straight away get into medical device. It's just that you need to keep that as your goal of getting into medical device, and you can surely get into the medical devices, provided you have that kind of expertise which is required in pharma. So the expertise is more or less same. It's just that the language is little bit different. So you need to understand the kind of language which or the kind of requirement which a medical device industry has. But mostly it is the same which you have done in, I believe, in most of these companies, because I also have worked in these companies, and I come from it's not that you need any other special certificate for you to get into medical devices. Okay. Mohit, can you please share names of some medical device companies which are in growing phase? Any medical device company, Mohit, it's not that I would name one company and that company is in growing phase only. You need to get more detail of that of any medical device company which you are targeting. And most of the medical device companies, you can say you can judge by their pipeline. So the kind of innovative products which they will be bringing in the market in near future is that is the one major of a growth you can forecast that this company will be in the growing phase. And also we need to understand the market demand in that particular segment. If the market demand for new products is high in that particular segment, you will see a lot of companies growing in that field. And also it depends on what happens on the ground, how what is the motive of a particular company, what kind of growth a particular company is expecting. And it varies from one phase to another. In a particular year one company can get very aggressive, whereas in rest of the years the company can be performing or can be expecting the average growth. So it depends on the company to company and at which stage they are in terms of their business, and what are their expectation, what are their goals, strategic goals that is being decided by the management or the board. So you need to look into all these aspects, and then you can learn about which company is growing or not. But yes, most of these big medical device companies, they are growing year on year, and especially India is a growing market for medical device. And still there are a lot of challenges in terms of access to these therapy for the patients in India. So in India most of the companies in medical device industry, they are growing. You're welcome, Nirbhay. I think we have already crossed half an hour, which I have scheduled for this live stream. But I will be happy if you still have any questions, you can still ask me. Last 5-7 minutes, if you have some pressing questions about this industry, I'll be happy to answer. And also share your comments on what do you feel about this industry. If there is anyone who has not introduced, please introduce yourself. You're welcome, Abhishek. Looks like there is no more question. So we will be wrapping up this session. I hope today's session was valuable for all of you and you could get some insights of this medical device industry. And we will be, yeah, Ritesh is asking, I feel vacancies are very rare in this industry. Yes, if you compare with pharma, yes, because uh, as compared to pharma, there are lesser number of vacancies because this industry is relatively smaller as compared to pharma. So number of people who are working are also less. But yes, there are a good number of opportunities. People who are deserving and people who are serious about getting into this industry, they are the ones who will not get this feel this shortage of vacancies in this industry. So people who are deserving, people who are willing to get in this industry, and people who have the right skill set and right mindset to get into this industry, they will get the vacancies. It's not that they will not get the vacancies. It is about you more than anything else. It is about you as an individual. Hi Abhishek, thank you so much for introducing yourself. Thank you Pushkar. You're welcome Ritesh. Last couple of minutes, if you guys have any comments, any suggestions, or if you really want, if you even want to uh, share the topic for the next session on next Sunday, that also you can put it on the chat box and we will take up that in the next session. But thank you so much for so many questions. I feel happy. I'm feeling honored that you guys came to my first live stream, and I hope that you could get answers to your queries and your questions. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for joining in, and please keep sharing the knowledge with your friend. If you still have any questions, you can ask me, and you can, if you are not there in my Facebook group or LinkedIn, search me there and be a part of that group. I keep sharing my free content for people who would like to get into medical device industry, or people who would like to excel in their careers, to accelerate on their career growth journey through personal transformation or any other skill set, soft skills or hard skills. I am there to help you. So please join me and search me on LinkedIn. My name is Pankaj Goyal, and or you can find me on Facebook as well. So thank you so much, guys. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and look forward to see you next Sunday at 5 o'clock. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.